Okay.
Good evening, Ambassador, Helen, and thank you both for hosting for the very first time the Caledonian Ball at the residence. And good evening to you all, old friends, new friends, close friends of Light into Europe, the ones that were able to be there and the ones that are not, considering the whole madness that is happening right now. Myself included, not being there due to some health issues. It is quite an unique way of celebrating the 23rd already anniversary. And even though history is being written right now all over the world, which with each individual living their own drama, we do hope for better days, that we will remember this just as a bad dream, a challenge that the humanity was able to overcome. I do believe that one of the strengths of the human nature is the ability to adapt to any situation. Can you imagine how it is to have been able once to see and then to lose most of it? Or to be able to walk the streets again after so many years and then, of course, all that freedom to be taken away from you. Clifford helped me do that. But again, freedom was taken away for everybody, not just for me. Has it been hard? Of course, yes. But I realized a paradox, that some of us did live through this pandemic. And I'm talking here mostly about visually impaired and blind people. The before and after, which is not the before and after you think it is. It's exactly the opposite. Before the pandemic, most of us were very, very much used to being more indoors than outdoors. Taking baby steps towards independence, but having fear of failure, of outdoor dangers, of unfriendly people, attitudes, places. The list can go on. The privileged ones, myself included, all the Light into Europe's beneficiaries were out there on the streets, facing the pandemic, doing more and more, not less and less, being responsible as well, of course, but only because the urban life changed. But do we want this? No, of course not. We want for the streets to be busy again. But let's not forget that yes, we would like to see some positivism in these times. And I do think if there is one good aspect about the pandemic is the fact that people did start to communicate more, have shown more empathy. It is one of those times when we have to be a force, we have to stick together. And what better proof than you being here tonight? Thank you. I find it quite remarkable as a charity, considering the whole context, that they were able to reinvent themselves, to create new ways to be there for us, not to make us feel that we are forgotten. They've opened an online book club, helping us expand our general knowledge. They've created a virtual music lab that gathered visually impaired and blind people all over Romania under the universal language of music. They placed 4 beautiful guide dogs. They placed Desmond with Andrei, Betty with Valentina, Dylan with Andrei, and Kasper with Kati. And nonetheless, they developed the first curriculum and textbook in Romanian Sign Language, a master degree for teachers, and educational resources in digital format. That's huge. Well done, you guys. Congratulations. I would like to pay, though, a special tribute tonight for all the deaf people around the world. It is and should be more about them. a very special lady, made me realize how difficult it is for all the people with hearing loss to communicate when everybody's wearing a face mask. Can you imagine the frustration of not being able to use the skill of lip reading, which is huge for them? Either they are in a shop or in a bus or at the workplace, their communication is super limited. And I do not know how many of us are aware of it. So I have to say, Anca, for me, it's an inspiration. I believe everybody knows Ancuța, the heart and soul of the guide dog program, as she is the one out there on the streets watching over us and empowering us to believe and work towards our independence. While I was doing some training with her and Clifford a few weeks ago, I could notice the frustration in her voice as we were in a bus and she could not understand me properly. And then it hit me. God, how really blind I was, not realizing the huge challenge that these people have to face every day. And you know what? They do face it with grace. So thank you, my darling, for being the person you are. Relentless and fearless, an inspiration to us all. And of course, I would like to give a big thank you to Stan and Kemi and the whole Light into Europe team and all the volunteers and puppy walkers and you guys, the supporters, the sponsors, the ones that do make our dreams come true. In these dark times, when there is so little light, you appear like a beacon that shines a light to those in need of support and guidance. And for that, we are so grateful. Thank you. We are sorry we cannot be there with you tonight, but please promise me you'll give a big round of applause for all the deaf people around the globe. Thank you and have a fabulous evening. Do you want to say something, Cliffy? Clifford, come on, give me 5, boy. Come on, boy, give me 5.